difference yet?
Oh, well, look at that necklace.
Oh, this is not a necklace, by the way. It's not a necklace. This is a lei. So I don't want anyone watching the show or listening to say that no one has ever been laid on the Birdies and Bourbon show. Just saying.
Oh, we're heading to Hawaii.
Yeah, I was going to put on my Hawaiian shirt. But when I went through the closet, guess what I don't have?
A Hawaiian shirt that fits.
Exactly. Hey, COVID-15 my ass. I passed 15 several LBs ago.
Oh man.
Let's see. Well, how was your New Year, man?
It's pretty, staycation-ish. Not a whole lot going on. Yeah. How about you?
Whew, hey, let me before we get into that. Boy, have I got some stories to tell you. So, by the way, I want to drop this one on you. So, I know we've sampled some High West double rye on the show before. You may notice this bottle. It's kind of, I don't know what you call it, like iridescent, kind of like not odd color, but kind of sparkly. It's got some different colors in there. Mm-hmm. So, this is a High West double rye limited release. And it is finished in a Syrah barrel for 1 year and 3 months. And I'll tell you, I just cracked it. I can't lie. I did have a little taste just to see what I was getting myself into. For the people that aren't watching, sometimes I get, take a big swig, big sip. And then, I make that face or something. And they're like going, oh my God, it must be horrible. It's like, well, no, maybe it's not horrible. Maybe I just haven't had it before. And I'm just trying to get into it. But let me tell you, this Syrah finish on this double rye.
Yeah.
Holy shit, is it good, man.
Really?
I mean, it's like getting into this thing on the nose. I mean, I'm definitely getting those Syrah grapes out of there. I wouldn't say it doesn't smell or taste like wine. But that finish, it's something else, man. This is just, this is one of those that I just want to keep smelling and nosing. I swear, man. I mean, this is no shit. I mean, I don't know if you can see the legs on this thing or not, but I mean, this baby is that thing is nice, man. I mean, it's just like drip. I mean, it's like syrup running down the side of that glass. This thing is so damn tasty. And the finish, good Lord. I mean, just when I thought High West double rye couldn't get any better, hey, stand back.
Really? Wow. That sounds lovely.
I shipped you out some, I
want to first off apologize to all the listeners. We'll edit the heck out of the third half of the show.
what about the fourth half of the show? Let's see. So there's a lot of things we got to cover, man. Hey, Birdies and Bourbon has been blowing up over the past, 2020 for all intents and purposes. And first off, Dan and I want to say thank you so much to all the fans out there. So
Absolutely.
cheers to you. You're the reason we're able to do this. We just crested 4,000 followers on Instagram this week. So thanks so much for all the people that are liking, commenting, asking questions. I'm going to talk about a few of the folks that we've interacted with over the past couple of weeks in a second. But hold on. But you ask about how my time off, how the holidays were.
I didn't mean it.
Oh, well, in that case, we can get right to business. I think I'm just now getting over the COVID.
Are you?
I swear.
Please tell us about your holiday.
Holy shit, man. So I had a great time. Went up and saw Mam and got to visit with everybody. And I was up there, Christmas Eve, Christmas over the weekend. I'm driving back Sunday morning and I'm like, okay, things are good. Now, don't get me wrong. I was partly cloudy Sunday morning coming back. Okay. I was not drunk. I'd had a good night's rest, but let's just say, those 4 or 5 days of constant liver abuse, it was catching up. So it was time to get home and do a little refresh. Well, I woke up Monday and I'm like, man, I'm not feeling that good. And as Monday kind of went on and Monday afternoon, and I'm like, whoa, it was almost like I was hungover, but I didn't have that nauseous feeling, when you wake up and you're like, oh boy, I got to settle my stomach. It was no stomach stuff. It was all in my head. And I'm like, well, I've always been crazy, But is it just me, or is this the COVID talking? Anyway, so nevertheless, I'm coming out of my whatever 9 or 10 day quarantine now, so I think we're in good shape. Feeling good. Hopefully, we'll make it through the show. Hopefully, we'll make it through this bottle through the show. Then we'll talk about how the show's going. Oh, yeah. So no, all in all, though, man, it was really good. Got to see some folks. Nothing like years past as everybody else has experienced, I'm sure.
So was your COVID experience DJ like, Scheffler like, Camp Champ like? Which one was it?
It's a good, I'm going to say it was DJ like because I didn't, I don't know if it's improved my game or not. So that's TBD. However, I just kind of sat around. I was just tired. I was really fatigued. I felt like every day I felt like I'd ran a half marathon, and I was just like drained, like every stinking day, man. And all I wanted to do is just lay there. So I watched, I didn't know you could actually make it to the end of Netflix. I've made it. So if anybody has any suggestions on what new to watch, let's see. I've made it. I'm up to date on, is it Your Honor? I'm up to date on Your Honor. Watched all the Mandalorians. Flight Attendant. I've had to go back and start rewatching some stuff. Ooh, Magic City. So, and that's an old one. That's with, I can't remember the dude's name. It's not Billy Bob, but he's got a 2-part name. But he's the
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
There you go. And he's kind of the main guy. And the premise of the show is it's the Miramar Hotel down in Miami Beach. And I'll tell you, that was really, really a great show, even though it's probably, 6 or 8 years old. So, and I'll move off of this in just a sec, but just so if you're wondering, well, what's Magic City about? If you took Mad Men and The Sopranos and made it into one series, that's exactly what it is, man. It was such a good, I really enjoyed it. I was kind of, that's one of those, some of them you're kind of like, okay, it's time for it to come to an end. I'm glad. I was kind of disappointed to see that one come to an end, especially it's got a lot of Cuban ties in there because that was kind of during the Castro, when Castro was taking over. So, bartender Trey and I, our fondness for Cuba. So brought back some good memories of
heard there might be a new trip coming up.
We may be heading to Valle de Guadalupe. I don't know. We'll see. So let's see.
Well, if you plan that correctly, the tour makes a stop in Mexico in February. Yeah.
Well, so actually, Trey, we were messaging before we jumped on here, and Trey and I were talking last night, and we said, hey, you think you want to make this? He's like, yeah, I think so. And he actually just said, hey, we may want to tie this into a stop off in Mexico City and visit with some amigos down there. So I don't know, maybe Abe's in town. Who knows?
Well, I think they stopped there. They stopped there pretty soon, next
Mayakoba Classic or something like that. Is that what?
No, Mayakoba was in December, but they go down there for the WGC.
Oh, that's right. Oh, speaking, didn't Pat Reed win that this year?
Yeah,
last year.
Last year. Yeah. And by the way, Trey did an outstanding job with some of the videos he's been doing for us lately. Trey, the bartender, did the Nog over Christmas, which is a really cool video. Yeah,
it was a good video. Yeah, so we got more to come. So he's excited here. We're getting good feedback, and people are enjoying those. So we got more to come. We'll get kind of some seasonality going with our cocktails here. So.
Very cool.
We'll see where it takes us. So let's we got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of catching up. We haven't Dan and I haven't been on the show in a couple of weeks, I guess. I mean,
I don't trust the science. I mean, I know they said you can't get COVID over phone calls, but I still wasn't going to chance it with you. I gotta
go. Let's see. So we hadn't been on in a couple of weeks. We've obviously chit chat a little bit, but nothing formal. So first off, I want to start off with a PSA. So Birdies and Bourbon public service announcement. I know it's popular. Everybody makes their resolutions and I'm going to be healthier. I'm going to start eating right. I'm going to work out more. And one that's not near and dear to our heart. But we're going to do something about that is dry January. Well, we all know the impact that COVID has had to the food and beverage industry, on-premise, liquor stores, et cetera. And you know what? Dan and I were talking, and those folks really, distilleries, breweries, you name it, they really need our support right now. So if you are going into January, and it's going to be a dry January for you, hit it, give us a like, leave a comment. Let us know you're doing that. And Dan and I are going to drink whatever you don't. We're gonna keep these people in business, man. We're not leaving a man behind, or woman, or person. We're gonna push through January just like it's another month.
Well, we talked with the local 3 was Chris, right?
Chris Hall, yep.
Chris Hall, yeah, and he was mentioning, how historically they've been one of or the biggest bourbon bar in Atlanta, and things have kind of flipped to where more retail is getting the barrel picks and the selections and stuff, and the restaurants are kind of struggling. So it was just kind of an eye opener to us, like, make sure you're supporting your local restaurants, because they do so much for the communities, and they are the largest employer in the U.S., right? So.
And one day, like, this shit is going to get turned around, and it's going to be back to normal. And when you leave your house and you want to go eat somewhere and your favorite place isn't open,
go to Cal's.
Hey, the bar is always open. So that's our public service announcement for the year. We don't even need to say January. Let's just do it for 2021. Let's see what else has been happening. Oh, so I heard from Kez the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he. So I don't know if people follow Kessler on Instagram. It's Patrick Reed's caddy, and for those of you that don't know, but he was. I didn't check which course they were playing, so I don't know if it's if it's
Kapalua.
Well, they're playing Kapalua for the tournament. I don't know if they were playing. I don't know if they were playing Kapalua. They were playing yesterday, and he was. He wanted. They were playing a short set, so I think he's playing like driver, hybrid, like 5, 7, 9. So they both took 7 clubs out, and he was really concerned he wasn't going to break 90. His goal was to break 90. I think he shot. And he shot 89. So I think he kind of shit the bed on the front and turned it around on the backside. So good. Looked like he and Pat were having some fun. That will come up in our DraftKings picks a little later on.
Hey, so when you're talking with Kez, make sure he's going to have some playing time. We're going back and forth to Hawaii and all that. Yeah. He's got to watch Cobra Kai season 3 before he comes back on the pod, because we got to talk about it.
Noted. I'm making notes. Kez, if you're listening, Cobra Kai, download it, watch it on the plane.
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah. Let's see. So he did. So the reason he wrote, he said, "Hey, let's schedule some time to get back on the pod." And I said, "Well, it's funny. You're right." So one thing that Dan and I talked about prior to the year ending is that Dan and I are going to start doing some blind tastings. I don't know if you can see back here. I got some little mini bottles. By the way, you got a shipment in the mail coming your way. Hopefully it'll be there by the end of the year. But let's see. Oh, and your neat glass may have made it in there this time. Maybe.
Whenever Cal says I got a shipment in the mail, it's like when the Blues Brothers say, we like to write out the check on the dash, So
No. I mean on the dash.
On the dash, hit it.
Let's see. Yeah, so we were chatting, and so he's going to come on. So Dan and I are going to do some blind tastings, and told Kaz, I said, well, hey man, funny enough, I've got you a blind tasting packaged up, and I'm shipping it out today. So when you get back to, and he wrote back and said, cool, when we get back to the mainland, we'll get something scheduled. So cool. Looking forward to doing a blind tasting with Kaz, and moreover, hey, good luck this week, guys. I hope Hawaii treats you well.
Well, they do well there. They have done well there in the past.
Yeah,
so, I feel good about it. I think we both picked Pat for one of the 2 that we saw coming back into the top 10 by the end of the 2021 season.
And we'll talk a little more about his experience there at Kapalua. We get into our DraftKings pick. So we did have a friend of the show reached out, Dave Mack from Instagram. He said he'd reached out to Kez. So Kez, check your messages, man. Dave Mack is trying to get in touch with you. I did send it over to him. He saw it, but he said, let Kez know that when he heads back up to Connecticut for the Travelers, to hit up the Rockledge Grill for the Smoke Kitchen Sink wings. He said, he's not taking anything away from Jay Timothy's. It's good stuff. But I guess he's putting Rockledge Grill up to the wing challenge with Kessler and Jay Timothy. So hopefully, we may want to make that trip, man. You never know.
Cannot ask for anything better than that kind of recommendation. Like, go here. I'm not effing around,
Yeah. I know both places, and this is the place you need to go. And here's the wings you get. So Dave, Not only did I send him a message, we've made this public. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, no, we went. Yeah, so he broke 90. Yeah, so that's my Kessler Karen statement of the day. Let's see. Oh, so let's stay out west. So we got some breaking news. This may factor into who you are or are not picking for your DraftKings lineup this week. Jon Rahm, he has officially inked a deal with Callaway. I'm wondering if he conferenced with Justin Rose. Now, Justin Rose did not switch to Callaway, but Jon Rahm was playing some damn good golf with TaylorMade. He's now switching over. I'm wondering if Phil's kind of like bagged it in and they said, man, Callaway said our salary cap just freed up. We got some money to spend. And hey, I mean, who else would you pick other than, there's plenty of other people. Do you think that was a bad decision by Callaway picking Jon Rahm?
I think it was a bad decision by Jon Rahm.
Well, okay. Not by Callaway. I mean, shit, I would say absolutely. I mean, anybody out there.
And I'm not dissing Callaway. I'm not dissing Callaway. That wasn't my point. My point was you don't mess with the winning streak. And, the way he's been hitting the ball, I don't like club changes when you're at the top of your game. And last year he played really, really well. And it's just, that's a strange move. And I think probably Lefty got his hooks in him because, Lefty was hanging out in Arizona for the match. And I'm sure he went over to Johnny's house. He's like, you got to try this club out. You got to try this club out.
Speaking of Rambo's house. So he just inks a deal with Callaway. He's got Callaway clubs in the bag. And I'm sure people, PC Golf, if you're listening, I mean, you're definitely familiar with Silverleaf. I think you actually met John at the course in Scottsdale at DC Ranch. So Silverleaf Country Club, but John just set the course record there last week, I guess, shot a 59 at Silverleaf.
It's interesting. That's awesome. Yeah. It's interesting that John Lee, I hadn't heard that news until you just told me that, but it's smart for John in terms of the money, right? Because he's number 2 or number 3 in the world right now?
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3. And he probably signed with them when he was outside the top 10, outside the top 20 even, right? So he had a top 20 kind of agreement and he wants to get, a top 3
to finish because you're finishing out the season or your contract or whatever. I mean, this isn't something that happened last week. I mean, this was something that was in the works and it was pre-planned, right? But it's gone like shit. I didn't expect to be playing the best golf I've played of my career. And now I'm going through an equipment change. So it's going to be interesting to see how he, how it goes. I mean, again, now, and I've played Silverleaf a bunch. I know you've heard me talk about it. My uncles and aunt are members out there. So got to get Uncle Jim to see if he can get Rambo out on the course with us when they get a little break. I want to see that 59 in action.
Well, he goes to tell you, when people are right, at the old, what was it from The Departed? Families are always rising and falling in America, right? You
give John Lennon a tuber and he'll get you something out of it.
But who inked the deal with TaylorMade in the opposite direction was Jason Day when he was number 1 in the world, and now he's way outside. So I wonder how much time he has left on that agreement, because they're not going to re-up for the same kind of money they did the last time. Absolutely
not. Well, I mean, they're going to owe Matt Wolff some money. Yeah. They're going to owe I mean, and Ricky Fowler, there's got to be some salary cap freeing up there, man, because he's got a glove and a ball. Yeah. So like there's a lot of money on the TaylorMade side. I would expect that I shouldn't say there's a lot of money. I would expect that there's money in buckets that they want to move to new horses, man, new horses, time for a change. So,
Hovland's with Ping, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And you got Morikawa as a TaylorMade guy. Yep.
Yeah, let's see. All right, so that's got Rambo. Oh, so hey, Colonel Craig, thanks for reaching back out to me. Well, first and foremost, let me say thanks to the Bourbon Snob. So a friend of the show, pals on Instagram, he connected us, Birdies and Bourbon, with Whiskey University. So I had did exchanged quite a few messages with Colonel Craig over the weekend. So Birdies and Bourbon will be, we don't know what it looks like yet. I'm actually going to take my first class with them on this Wednesday. I think we're doing a Jack Daniels tasting. Oddly, I mean, I'm originally from East Tennessee, so not where Jack Daniels is, but Jack Daniels is always a staple, and for that reason, I've got one bottle, and it's a single barrel rye. I am looking for I forget the name. It's like a Select. Urban Bourbon has sent me a picture of it the other day, but the Jack Daniel's Select Rye. I'm looking for some of that. If anybody wants to send us a sample, we'd love to. I'll jump on Instagram with you and kind of go through that. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So yeah, looking forward to connecting more with Whiskey University. See where that gets to. Colonel, no free ads. So we'll when we talk Wednesday, we'll figure out where this winds up at. Let's see what else do we got going on. But yeah, if you haven't checked it, check out Whiskey University. I mean, it's really it's pretty cool. I hadn't heard of it. I know we were on with Moonshine University a month or so ago, but that was really cool. I think we'll still wind up doing some stuff with those guys. But I think there's hey, listen. Dry January, we got a lot of drinking to do, man. I mean, we're going to have to do something to keep us entertained and keep us on point to where we're drinking, but we're still focused.
Exactly. Moonshine's coming out on Friday of this week. The recording.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
by
the
the way,
Sagamore Spirit will come out on Wednesday this week. Those are the.
Good. So I hope Brett's listening or listens. So Brett, you'll catch.
Those were both really fun shows. Both really fun. They were,
shows, really fun. So Sagamore will drop on Friday. So for the Moonshine during our conversation, of course, I went off on some kind of damn side tangent, and we wound up talking about we got on mezcal for all things. On
the Moonshine one, you guys got on mezcal. You got on
vermouth, I think. Yeah. So I did send those guys. You've got some. Don't drink the mezcal, Dan. It's the clear one. You're going to have 3 bottles, and it's the only clear bottles. Don't drink those. We're going to do a tasting with Moonshine U.
Oh, cool.
On mezcal. Yeah.
Those guys were really fun. They were really fun.
Yeah. And that's stuff that I picked up in Oaxaca. So that'll be a fun chat with those guys, a little something different. If you don't know what mezcal is, think about if you took tequila and scotch and blended them together, you wind up with a smoky tequila. Yeah. You get mezcal. So I'm not a huge tequila guy, but I definitely prefer mezcal over tequila. So that should be a fun show whenever we do it. I think we'll get it done sometime in Q1. Yeah, but that'll be a fun one. Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah, fun.
Let's see. So no free advertisements. Winston Collection. This will be, we'll just say we got towels from somebody, but we did get towels from Winston Collection. Thanks to Andy, Drew, Hefty Lefty Clubworks, several other folks that jumped on pretty early. I think I ordered a small batch of them. I think I've got like 2 or 3 left. So if you're looking for a good caddy towel with a Birdies and Bourbon logo on it, say that after you've been drinking really fast a bunch of times. Really sweet towel. It's the only towel I use. I'm actually excited to put a towel on my bag that has our logo instead of using everybody else's. I'll still use everybody else's, but it's going to be fun to have our logo on a towel in the bag. So, I should have sent Kessler one of those. Maybe I'll send another. Well, we've got a couple of other caddies coming on to do some tasting with us.
Yes, so a lot of fun stuff coming up. A ton of fun stuff. Yeah.
So thanks to those guys for jumping on and supporting the show. We really appreciate it. It helps us to continue to buy booze and continue to do these shows. Let's see. Oh, and you may have heard, Dan, we had a winner for the giveaway.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So Kevin Taylor, your box went out today along with everybody else's. I did get yelled at the post office though. So, it's like you go to the post office and, and post offices are all the same, right? You go in, you got all the PO boxes, and then you've got the doors where you go in and you can actually see the post people if you need to talk to them. I get everything packaged up and ready to go. So I'm just a drop off guy, like go in, drop it off. Well, I don't know, like several times ago, I go in and I waited in this damn line for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know how many people there were, but it was before the holidays, whatever. And I go in and I just walk in, put my shit on the calendar and walk out. And the postman says, hey, buddy, just so you know, if you've got your stuff ready to go, you don't have to wait in line. You could just come in and drop it off. And I'm like, perfect. All right. Well, today I go in to drop this shit off. Guess who gets yelled at? Excuse me, sir. Well, I've got like 2 bags. I got like 3 boxes, and I'm pack muling this shit in there so I don't have to make multiple trips, So I'm like making sure shit doesn't fall. I'm getting it on the counter. Some of it may have glass bottles. So I'm trying to be kind of, even though it's packed up, it's packaged nicely. I'm like getting it all on the counter, and she's like, sir. I'm like, so finally I look up and I'm like, oh, hey, are you me? there's only 2 people allowed in the room at a time.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I said, yeah, excuse me. I'm like, so I've got half of the shit out of the bag on the counter. I got half of the shit still in bags and in my arms. And I'm like, it's like deer in the headlights moment. I'm like, do I take it off the counter? Do I keep putting it on the counter? So, and she's just like staring at me, so she stops what she's doing with the other gentleman and she's looking at me and I'm looking at her and I'm like, are you going to say something? I get nothing. And I'm like, okay, well, I pick one up and I go to pick. She's like, well, I don't know why you're putting it in the bag now. You already got it on the counter. You might as well just leave it. So I'm like, I don't know that we needed to go through that episode. So anyway, so I loaded on the counter and move on. I'm going to find a different post office.
Yeah. Sounds like a stamps.com ad to me.
No free advertisements. No, but I did use Pirate Ship. So Pirate Ship, if you're listening and you want some Birdies and Bourbon action, hit us up. We'd love to get into this.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Announcement wise, I got one more thing I want to mention. So some other friends of the show, the Golf Crusade. I can't. This is gonna be really tacky because I can't tell you what it is, but it is gonna be really, really huge. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be bigly. Only because he's in town today. I couldn't resist.
He's in town.
Yeah, it's like a nightmare outside, man. I mean, they've got the interstate shut. Yeah, it's if you live in the Atlanta metropolitan area, do not go outside. Stay inside. Just don't.
If he just stayed in town, everybody would just quarantine anyway, right? They don't want to go out there hit the traffic.
Yeah, you must love that cheeseburger.
We're not a political show, people. We're not a political show.
Yes, this is all. Yes, this is tongue in cheek and fun and games. Yes. So if you took that the wrong way, you're not drinking enough. Have another one and have a good time. So we're excited to have, and I don't know when they're coming on. They did say they wanted to make their announcement sometime in January.
Oh, cool.
For an event that's coming up. I don't know if it's an event that's fit for they want to make their announcement for what's coming later in the year in the month of January. And so we'll be happy to have the Golf Crusade on. And if you don't know who these guys are, go to Instagram, check them out. They play a lot of fantastic golf courses. They leave really, 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 really great golfer. Nothing like this garbage that we're putting out. I mean, they actually leave a nice professional interview. I think they're both. I haven't played golf with them. They're from my home area or region in East Tennessee, not my hometown. I don't know how I don't know the guys. I mean, I thought everybody up there was related. I mean, in hillbilly country, man, it's like, if they ain't your cousin, stick around and they will be. But yeah, looking forward to having those guys on and releasing, giving them an opportunity and a platform to announce what's coming up in the Golf Crusade's future. But check them out on Instagram. Great people, great reviews, especially if you're in the kind of the East Coast. I would say more so. I think they're kind of drivable and everything that I see. But lots of diamonds in the rough, places that you're like, I wouldn't really play there, or you don't even know that it's there. But yeah, really cool guys. So stay tuned on that one. We got on next on the tee.
Nice. We love a good announcement on the show. When the Rochester barrel pickers came on, they did an announcement. It was very well received.
Oh, did you see that? I shipped the damn thing out and I forgot to put some of that rum in there. Did you see that bottle? The rum, forest rum.
I love it. Yeah.
That stuff was good, man. I love that. And a great show. We got to get those guys back on when they do it. Yeah. Well, I mean, he said he's going to do a pick a month. So, a pick a week.
I think a pick a week. Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any time to come on. Hopefully
he was fun. He was fun.
Rock barrel pickers. We'll be able to make it on. So let's see, who did I miss out? Oh, we're working on some new logos. I haven't released them yet, but thanks to Joey Two Spikes for dropping. I guess he had some time to kill, so he drafted up another Birdies and Bourbon expression for us. Pretty good. So I think we got some tweaking to do on it, but a good start for us. So hopefully. We're going to have some new merch coming out, some new logos or new expressions of our logo. If there's any merchandise that you want to see, if you've got logo suggestions or how we might, we're open for that. Even if they suck, because I mean, ours suck most of the. I mean, Dan's does most of the time. I have great ideas. Dan, sometimes
you have great plans. They never work out.
Exactly. Let me tell you what is working out though. Is this Syrah finished High West double rye? I'm going to pour another glass before we get into our DraftKings picks. That's for sure. This thing is tasty.
I feel good about my picks this week.
I mean, of course you do. How could you pick? There are no bad picks.
They're all champions.
Hey, hold on.
I know they're not. I know they're not.
Hold on. Hey, see, mark
I know
that.
They're not.
Mark that.
No.
What are we in? 14 minutes, 32 seconds. Mark that. That's an edit, Dan. But we'll get into that in just a second. But I know you feel good about your picks this week. You know why? Because everybody's going to make the cut, Dan. Everybody.
Not all mine. Mine won't.
Let's see. What else we got, man, before we get into our DraftKings show?
We talked about the pods that are coming out this week, which we're excited about. I know you're working on some getting some things lined up for us to do a pick as well. Right? Oh
yeah, we are. Yeah. So we've got, we already have our sticker. So for those of you that don't like stickers on the bottle, we did have a little, it wasn't a nasty gram. It was just, I mean, I guess it's, you've got traditionalist and you've got, I don't know. If you're not a traditionalist, what are you? Not an English major?
A non-traditionalist.
Martha, where are you? Oh, a non-traditional. Using that fancy terminology, are you? But, and for me personally, I mean, you can say, like, if you can't see, or if you've never watched our show, I mean, I got a shitload of liquor bottles behind me. Dan has a lot of something behind him. It's like Dan is on a Moscow Mule kick. It's like, I've never seen Dan. Actually, that's a lie. I have seen him drink a Moscow Mule. I've never seen him drink a Moscow Mule on the show, but he has all those little copper Moscow Mule cups behind him. So
it's true. I didn't even notice that.
You'd be surprised what you look like from this end of the camera, sir. So we are doing a barrel pick. We got some different avenues that we're going to do. We've got a restaurant that potentially wants to wants to partner with us on it. I did talk to a distributor last week, and they said maybe. I've got a bottle shop that are good friends of the show. They said they're open to doing one with us. So what would really be helpful and will help us make the decision. Well, I shouldn't say make the decision. That is a goal of ours, is we are going to do at least one barrel pick this year. Depending on how that goes, we'll kind of see where we get to if that turns into more. But if you would be interested in buying Birdies and Bourbon barrel pick, leave us a comment and let us know. And more importantly, what distillery would you? Hey, I know. You want a Weller 12-year, or you want a Willet Reserve, or you
Blanton's.
You want Blanton's. Oh yeah. Oh, do you think we could get the horse traded out for a little bird? Maybe we could get a bird riding the horse.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Just saying. So let me go into it. Those aren't going to happen. It's our first one. It ain't, unless, hey, if you're listening and you're like, we can make that happen. My phone number is 678. So we're not opposed to doing it. I'm just saying, as it's, we're breaking our virgin picking status here. I'm thinking it's going to be something along the lines of like a wild turkey. Hey, we do have Rob Collins coming up from Sweetens Cove. I mean, shit, I don't know. Can we do a barrel pick of Sweetens Cove? That'd be damn nice, wouldn't it? We'll see about that. But realistically, it's going to be like a turkey. It's going to be who else might we? Maybe a
Four Roses.
Creek. Four Roses is one that's a potential. So there are some. So, and I don't want to say your kind of stock names, but just think about the big. And I'm not opposed to, if there are any craft distillers out there. Like we're trying to get hooked up. I owe them a phone call, by the way. So Old Elk, we got to get connected with them. I mean, I'd absolutely be open to do an Old Elk barrel pick. I think we got 291 coming up. I don't even know. I mean, I'm over here being ignorant, man. I mean, Sagamore would be a fun barrel pick. Chattanooga Whiskey would be a fun barrel pick. ASW would be a great barrel pick. We missed out on that one. I do have that on the shelf back here. So hopefully we'll be able to connect on that one. The next time
I think eventually probably do all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So if you got any thoughts, if you'd be interested in buying one, I know it's price relevant and all that good stuff, but it's going to be less than $100 and more than 10. So there you go. And it's a full bottle. And we got a kick-ass label that my buddy Ryan Norton did for us, man. It's I thought that was really, really, really cool. So
I picture this thing going really well, and if it doesn't, I think it's the Ratatouille movie where like the mouse falls into the cheese, like a vat of cheese. It's like I could see you just falling into the barrel and just never coming out until it's all gone.
You say Ratatouille, I'm going back to The Departed, and all I can see is Jack going, I smell a rat. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. Let's see. All right, man. Let's well, hold on before we get into it, because once we start down this path, we ain't coming back. I mean, that's probably a lie. We probably will digress. But what else did we miss on, Danny?
I think we can get into it, and we'll circle back if we need to. But yeah, I think it's good, man. We covered a lot of ground. Good times. Good times. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. So we're heading to the island of Maui, to the Plantation Course at Kapalua. It's tipping out at about 7,600 yards, par 73. Yes, you heard me correct. A par 73. This course opened in 91. It's a Crenshaw and Core course. Let's see. I think this is the top ranked course in Hawaii as far as I saw. I didn't play that. I was actually over there many, many years ago, and I played the I can't think of it. There's the Lahaina. I don't know what course is right there at that Marriott at the Lahaina Resort. Anyway, never mind. But so it's up and running since 91. They did do an overhaul in 19, which a lot of the folks saw it in 2020 that are here again this year. So let's see. I mean, other than it's in Maui, I mean, shit, can you imagine? I mean, it's like, what do you do for a living? Well, I fly to Maui and play golf for a chance to win $1 million.
Exactly. Exactly. Lord. Yeah.
Let's see, past winners. You got JT. He won in 2020 and 17. He finished third in 2019. So, we may get onto this a little bit later, but so JT, it was a 3-way tie last year. JT, Patrick Reed, maybe Xander. I'll have to look. Yeah, and Xander. And Xander was out, and then Patrick Reed just kept giving the fucking thing away. I mean, he could have won that thing like so many times, and he just couldn't rein it in. But yeah, JT's coming in as the defending champion, looking to make it 4 top 2 finishes in the past 5 years, I guess, if I'm doing the math correct. I could be wrong. Judge me if you want. You got Xander Schauffele, was a 2019 winner, finished T2 in 2020. Dustin Johnson won in 2018 and 13. He's got 5 top 10s since 2014. Spoiler alert, Dan, you want to drop the news?
He's not playing.
He is not playing. Hey, listen. So, I mean, and we had a good time talking about the whole, I don't even want to say his name, talking about a player. And it's not because it's fine. We had a lot of fun talking about Koepka and just the Koepka. Yeah. I mean, listen, that dude is great. He's great content. Right. And after, 3 majors in now? And he's like, hey, I only show up to win majors.
4, I think, right? 4.
Okay, sorry. So I only show up to win the majors, and guess whose name is
2, right?
Yeah. Guess whose name isn't in the hopper, right?
Right. Yeah.
And now that DJ's got 2 majors, one which he most recently won in November, that being the Masters, which I would say is his crown jewel. He's like, I'm thinking he's getting a little BK bug there. Like, I only show up to win the majors, man. So I don't know. We'll see. But I didn't see a reason that he withdrew, other than he's not playing. So I would say he doesn't make the Hawaii swing at all. I'll say we'll see him in California.
Yeah, maybe it was something to do with the COVID and traveling or something like that. I don't know. So
Well, listen, I mean, you got those two wonderful kids at home. You got that beautiful wife. You've got the storybook in-laws. I mean, you just won the Masters. I mean, it's like, do you really? I mean, he doesn't need to show up so people are like, oh, what did he win?
exactly.
So yeah, I'm thinking, I'm not judging the guy. I'm not knocking him for it. So.
No, that's fine. If he doesn't want to play, he doesn't want to play. Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, get some more time off. Yeah.
I'll see him at Augusta. Though, I guarantee
I'll see him in Augusta. Yeah. We'll probably see him in a couple of weeks. He'll probably do the California swing.
Yeah, we'll see him for sure. Yeah, and Torrey and Petalon, we'll see him there.
Yeah,
so you go P. Reed. So P. Reed won it in 2015. He's got 3 top 10s. Runner up last year, beating the playoff by Justin Thomas. Before we get into that, did you watch the tournament the other day? I'm going to call it. It wasn't a father and son, but it was like the parent child pairing, whatever you want to frame it up as.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That damn
Which JT won. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he and his dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did somebody not call bullshit on that one? Being like, nope. Hey, if they're coming, we're handicapping the field. Like, I don't even know how that's legitimate that those two can show up to a golf tournament. People are like, yeah, it's fine. We'll take them on head to head. It's like, that is not a good move, dude. Not a good move.
They're good. They're real good.
Real good.
Real good.
Let's see. Okay. Rambo just bought a new house. He's set the course record at Silverleaf. Equipment change. Asterisk.
Expecting a child.
Expecting a child. Asterisk. Equipment change. He's got 3 top 10 finishes. And he was in the past 3 years, and he runner up in 2018. Let me tell you who. I won't get into that yet. I guess I just gave it away. But Hideki Matsuyama. Let's see. He's got 3 top 5 finishes and 3. He's not a winner. He's not a winner.
He plays really well there,
but he does play really well, and he plays really well at no cut events. I mean, that dude is a scoring machine, man. He is. He's solid. Another guy, not a winner, but he's got 3 top 10 finishes. Webb Simpson. I think this course sets up really nice for him. And another guy, and I wouldn't say so much Hideki, not that he's been playing bad, but Webb Simpson, good form, coming off of recent play. I really like where he's at. Mark Leishman, he's got 2 top 10 finishes in the last 3 years. So I kind of bounced around on winners and losers there, but long story short, for the winners, you got JT, Xander, DJ not playing, JT again, Jordan Spieth not playing, and Patrick Reed. Funny enough, so out of the past, 6 years, the lowest score shot in 2016, Jordan Spieth at 30 under.
Oh my! Wow.
It's got to be a sad note for. I hope. Here's for good things for. We won't belabor it. He's not playing, but good looking for good things out of Spieth this year, man. I know we'll hopefully. I hope the Masters really puts that guy back on, because obviously he'll be playing the Masters. But hopefully he makes it. So let's see. So we talked about Thomas. We talked about Reed. Who else is not going to be there? Ricky Fowler. I think this is maybe the first time. I don't know. I don't have the stats here behind it, but it'd be interesting to see how many times Ricky Fowler has been there in the past. I don't know, 6-8 years, and now he's not there. This may not be the last time we hear that, actually. We're not hating on Ricky Fowler by no means. I hope he gets the ship right. Hey, another equipment changed his clubs, went through a new swing change. I mean, he had multiple things going on, but hopefully he gets the ship righted there. So Dan mentioned earlier in the show.
Oh, did I?
Oh, yes, you did, Dan. I made a mental note of this one. This is how on point I am. I'm coming into 2021 fresh, baby, till I get halfway through this bottle.
If you can get COVID every 2 weeks so you can prepare for one show, that'd be great.
Huh. Do you know anybody? Listen, if you see me licking doorknobs, it's okay. I'm not drunk. Well, I could be drunk. I don't know. But I'm trying to get COVID again so I can prepare for the next show.
Exactly.
Let's see. So this is now a 45 player field. Okay. Right. Prior to it was a 30 player field. And basically what happens is, or what had happened was in the past, if you were a previous winner, the prior year, you got invited to play the Tournament of Champions.
Right.
So what's the deal? So I don't know why. I don't know why, to be honest. But what they did is they took what did they invite? They invited 15 additional players.
I think it was the top 30 FedEx Point people, as long and the winners, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, but they only invited an additional 15 players.
Yeah, well, the top 30, you're going to have probably most of those are going to be winners. Well, some of them are winners anyway.
I got you. I see what you're saying. Hey, I see what you did. I see what you did there. I see what you did, Dan. So guess who is not playing?
Well, you already know. Not playing. Kepka's not playing. Rory's not
playing.
Well,
Kepka didn't get an invitation.
Rory's not playing.
Rory is not playing. And Terrell Hatton are not playing. And they both got extended invitations.
Yeah, both in top 10.
Yeah. So Dan and I were, Dan was, he was using some of his novice, professional golf knowledge on me. And he's like, I wonder why they're not playing. Aha. So they're actually playing, I think in 2 weeks, they're going to be playing some European tours or European tournaments. So they're just foregoing Hawaii. I mean, you probably said it, but I mean, with Rory, you got the kid. Maybe it had COVID. I don't know, but again, they've opted out.
Irish hate the sunshine.
It's possible. It's possible. It's like, can you guarantee me a morning tee time? And they're like, I don't know. If you keep playing the way you've been playing, yes. But Rory and Hatton are going to play. They're going to play. I don't know how many, but I did see where Rory had posted, looking forward to playing a European tournament. So they're going to be playing over there. I'm certain we'll see them again. Well, it's knock on wood, but yeah, we'll see them. Yeah, in the California swing when they get back over, and another gent that had to pull out due to COVID. Sorry to hear about that, Jim. But Jim Herman received an invitation. He had to pull out. Let me see. Yeah, Jim had to. Well, actually, Jim Herman did not get an invitation. Well, he got an invitation because he was a champion. He wasn't part of the 15.
He won the Wyndham.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. Yeah, we already talked about who we won't see here this week, and I don't think we'll really see them in Hawaii at all. Tiger, Brooks, Wolf, Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Usti, Day, Fowler, Spieth, Mickelson. Those guys aren't going to be there that have played in the past, and we won't see them there. So, let's see. So who did get added that wouldn't have been here? So, and the reason I want to walk through this, Dan, is that it's the Tournament of Champions. So this has never been a first time win for a PGA Tour pro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Correct. Yep.
So the folks that did get the invitation, you got X-Man, Scottie Scheffler, Munoz, Harris English, Mackenzie Hughes, Hideki, Tony, Lanto, Answer, Brendan Todd, The Kiz, Cam Champ, Brian Palmer, Kevin and Hakeem Neiman and Billy Ho. So those guys were the recipients of I don't know, the olive branch, the COVID olive branch, if you want to call it that. That's okay. So that's kind of where we stand. That's a hell of a segue into us picking our DraftKings lineup. I can tell you that.
I'm excited.
Did you pick any losers?
It won't let me take DJ out of my lineup, so I'll pick him first.
That's good. Okay,
I don't think it matters. It don't matter.
So you're leading with DJ, and he's your one and done.
He's my one and done. Yeah, I didn't do a one and done actually.
Yeah. We can't. I mean, this doesn't. This is technically not the tour. I mean, it's the tour, but it's not the tour. Yeah. So we're not. Yeah, no one and done this week. We'll start that next week at the Sony, but. So I did I've got two lineups running so far, and I had a hard time picking which one I was gonna announce.
Okay.
Or which one I wanted to review. And I'll tell you before. Well.
So how do you think the course is going to play?
Okay, so it's going to play easy.
Yeah.
It's going to play
these
extremely
greens
easy.
are like double the size of Hilton Head, right? The
Listen,
fairways, you've got no rough.
Listen, you're gonna hit fairways, you're gonna hit greens, and Mackenzie Hughes maybe in both of my lineups because he's gonna be dropping bombs from everywhere around the damn green. But no, I mean, I think that it's so here's what I do think. I do think that this is going to favor potentially. I think the long driver.
Yep.
I think if somebody's like Bryson, if you're a Bryson guy, this could be the time that Bryson actually just set shit on fire. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, but DJ, I think at one for sure off the tee, he almost holds it. It like literally rolls right by the cup and then sits right beside of it. Another one, it didn't land quite as soft and sit right beside the hole, but he hits another. He almost hole in ones, 2 par 4s, because you got these big downhills. Even though it's 7,600 yards, they're playing at elevation. That there's lots of. I just said lots of elevation, but that's the thing. I think there's at least four holes that Bryson can drive comfortably. Yeah. Comfortably. And again, they know, there's money on it, but there's no skin in the game. You're not getting cut. You're not getting, I think this is just balls to the wall for Bryson. I think he's hammered down. And now the other side is, I think that dude is going to be heavy chalk, man. I think that that's going to be one of those guys that, if you don't have him in, and I think it's boom or bust, because I think this course is going to be, while you can look to one side and say, distance is going to help you. Well, given the elevation, it's also going to help the folks that are not that long, because they're going to get extra yardage. We had
Webb's done well here. Yep.
Right. Yeah. I'm thinking about the Xanders. I'm thinking about the Webbs. I'm thinking about the Reeds. I'm thinking about the JTs. And these guys are long, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, but like, if you get them in a flip wedge range and throw the shit up beside the hole and let it ride, man. It's like that. So I think it's going to come down to 2-part factor. I guess it always does, fairways and greens, right? But I think if luck falls on the long hitter side, somebody like a Cameron Champ, if luck falls on their side and the golf gods are looking down on them, I think that's a definite avenue to go. I think if you're talking just straight up skill, I think that's when you start looking at, you can't argue against JT, right? That dude is, and Xander and Webb and Patrick Reed, and we're on Bermuda Green, so that's another thing to consider. But
I think JT had a comment the other day. He said he's coming after Charlie Woods this week.
Wait a minute. Did Charlie? Was Charlie in the 15? Did he get the exemption?
He got the exemption. Yeah. All right, kick us off.
All right, let's see here. Where are we going? All right, DraftKings. I'm surprised this didn't shuffle. Are you surprised to see? So above 10,000, you got DJ, JT, JR, Bryson, and the X-Man. Are you surprised at those 5 players that are the elite lineup?
The equipment change is definitely not factored into these this money line here. I'm not surprised. I'm actually pretty okay with the top 5 in terms of where they're priced. JT won last year. He's been on fire. Could arguably player of the year. He won 3 times last year as well. John Rahm, killer. Bryson, we know. Xander hasn't been playing his best golf, but he's been playing well. Just didn't win last year. So I'm not surprised. I think they're all good picks. I'll tell you, you go first.
In the lineup that I'm going to announce.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody above $10,000.
Okay. I went Bryson because I just think these greens are huge and there's not much rough. and it's a bomber type of course where he's not going to get in trouble. He's had plenty of rest. Who knows what he's going out there? He might be going out there with the 48. I don't know, but
So, wait a minute. So we did a over and under on LBs for BK and BD and BK. Are we taking the weigh-in? We're doing the weigh-in next week, right? Not this week, because
sure, next week, because I bought him two Birdies and Bourbon luau tickets.
Perfect. He's like, no. I'll take the whole pig. I'll take the whole hog.
Pig in my ties.
I'll take the more sugar, extra hog. Yeah, I mean, again, I said it. We talked about it kind of leading into this thing. I mean, how's the course going to set up? I don't think that's a bad move. I didn't. The one guy I do have in the other lineup and I may play another one or two, but
yeah.
And I may put him in one. I do have JT in another lineup. Yeah. I don't have him in this one. This is my. We're talking about my moneymaker right here. This is the one that's going to set us free right here, baby.
Okay.
And I don't have anybody above 10 grand because I think that there are so many other people down below. That is, and I'll go ahead and share with you who I have in my secondary lineup. I've got JT and X-Man as my two primaries, because both of those guys I think are going to just light this course up. I think they're going to play. It's just I couldn't anchor on it. I didn't want to anchor on anybody else for my money lineup. So so I kind of wanted to.
All right, who you got? Who's your first guy in this one?
Let's see. Boy, I got to scroll. We
really?
Oh, no, never mind. I go to the second guy. I did not pick Cantlay. I don't have any issues with him. I think he'll play fine here. I think there's no challenges there. I went with my boy P. Reed, man. We got Kez on the bag. They were having a good time, and they were little seven club shorties. Wind was howling. I think it was hole number 10. Whatever hole it was the other day. But P. Reed was hitting like a 6-iron, 160 yards. And, Kez was like, yeah, playing that 30-mile-per-hour wind, are you? So I think this course really sets up nice for Patrick Reed. I mean, you heard what I mentioned earlier about what he's, how he's played there and how he's finished in the past. He should have won last year. Well, let me rephrase that. He could have won last year. I think that if he gets the putter tuned up, man, and think about where were we a few weeks ago? Were we in Mexico where he just couldn't get the drive? No, we were in the race to Dubai, and the only reason he didn't win that, he just couldn't get off the tee box, right? I mean, his tee shots would kill him. Well, the tee shot is not going to be an issue here. So I like Pat Reed I like him coming on strong, man. I forget where I ranked him at. We both definitely pushed him into, because he's 11th or 12th right now, I believe.
I think he's 11th,
yeah. And we both said he is going into the top 10. It wouldn't surprise. I'm thinking if I didn't say top 5 by the end of the year, I'm saying it now. So I'm starting off with P. Reed.
P. Reed's $9,800 on DraftKings.
He's $9,600 for me.
$9,600 on DraftKings. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Have you been drinking the double rye Syrah finish?
$9,600 DraftKings. Last 24 rounds, he's 13th shots gained total, 21st tee to green, 13th ball striking, 12th in putting. I mean, 8th in DraftKings points. Strong pick, man. And this is Fantasy brought to you by Fantasy National, right?
Oh, Fantasy National. Yeah, if you haven't signed up and logged in, it's a really, really sweet tool to be able to watch and review. And if you're betting these, I mean, it's relatively inexpensive for the information that you'll get. So if you're just blind guessing or listening to us, actually, you should sign up for Fantasy National anyway and cross-reference and see how we're doing. We'd love a comment or two on how our picks are going.
Absolutely.
Hey, speaking of, what are you drinking, by the way?
Old Tub.
That's your whiskey of the year, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right, so no Cantlay love for us. Did you put Weber in your group?
No, I don't have Webb in my group. Webb's been doing good. I played Webb. I burned him at the South Carolina event.
Kiowa.
Yeah, Kiowa.
I know it was Sea Island.
Sea Island. Yeah, Sea Island.
Yeah.
Sea Island. He burned me down there, so I didn't play him. I think he'll do fine, but I didn't play him.
No, yeah, I mean, I think you've got, I think you got a top 20 for sure, maybe even a top 10 out of the guy. I think the course sets up well for him. Again, I mean, Webb's not the longest off the tee, but he's handy with, inside of 125. I mean, the dude's just, he's lights out. So
Bryson was my bomber, and then I did try to get some island feel, people that are really they know that kind of atmosphere really well. So
would he happen to cost you $8,900?
$8,900. Yes. There's one. Yes, there's one that costs $8,900.
So what about Javi? Did you get?
I didn't pick Javi this week. I didn't pick him this week. I thought about it. I just couldn't afford him, but I was really considering it.
Yeah. Here's the reason I didn't go for, and I don't have I do have some non-winners on this thing, but I don't know. I think this is a warm-up round for Javi. I think it's his first time there. I think he's coming off of a victory. I think he's, let's live it up a little bit. I mean, again, there's money on it, but there's not really skin in the game here. You're going to finish the tournament. You're going to be fine. Get a feel for the Sony next week and then turn it on. Right. I mean, for all intents and purposes, for a lot of these guys, maybe all of them, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of this is a warm-up round, right? Yeah. I mean, especially coming off of what we just went through in 2020. So yeah, I got nothing for Javi either. Not to say that he's not going to fare well.
This would be a back-to-back win for him, right? Well, I guess like you said, it's not really technically,
no, but it would be a back-to-back like tournament win. And and tell me this isn't a stacked freaking field.
Yeah, exactly. So I shot away from Javi. I did take Finau at 8,900. Again, the island feel. In this field here, 11th. Shots gained total, 4th in ball striking and tee to green, 19th in putting, 10th in DraftKings points. I think he might win this week. This is the type of tournament that Finau would win just because it doesn't count.
Well, Javi got the monkey off their back. So, I mean, so hold on. If Finau wins this week, does that fix? I know that Javi already fixed the Puerto Rican curse. Okay. But if Finau wins this week, does that take care of Finau's Puerto Rican curse?
I think so. I think if he wins, yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's subjective, right? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, just wondering. Is it like okay, I can now go play, and I don't have that shit on my back. Mm-hmm. Morikawa, I don't have him. I think this sets up really nice for Morikawa. I think this is going to play a lot like San Francisco in the sense that like he's going to be able just to bomb away. Yep. And the greens are so big, all he's going to have to do is make putts, and that's kind of what the guy did in San Fran. So
go keep going. Sorry.
No, yeah, you're good.
I had Morikawa, I had English, I had Berger, and I had Scheffler all in there at one point today, kind of shuffling things around. But I had to pull Morikawa out. I couldn't afford him. I like him here as well. I do.
Yeah. If you're a Morikawa guy, I don't think there's any issues playing him. You must love that burger. I do have him in a lineup. I don't have him in this one. But I think this is a course where the only thing that scared the reason I don't have him in my money lineup is he's going to play good, but guess what? Everybody else is going to play good and they're going to score and they're going to score points. Yeah. And that's the thing that kind of scares me. Scares not the right word to use, but that's the only thing that kind of rubs me about it a little bit is he's just going to get, I think in my opinion, he's not going to be able to keep up with the field in my opinion. I think there's just too many people out there that are going to run.
I think Harris, English and Berger are both, I think, really good picks. I didn't pick either one. Again, I was messing around with them. If you look at English on Fantasy National, last 24 rounds, 8th shots gained total, 12th at the tee to green, 1st around the green, 16th putting, 9th DK points. So, I mean, he's right up there too. He's a good pick.
I do have English.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I've got English in my lineup. I think English is. I think that's a ringer right there. I mean, that dude has been playing too good. He and Kuchar just won their little I don't know the exhibition tournament. I forget the name of it, but they won that. I mean, that guy's playing like sneaky good golf. Yeah. And I think that's a dude that can score, man. I think he can score some points here. So I like him. I don't have Scheffler in anything.
I do. I got Scheffler.
Oh, do you?
$8,500 on DraftKings. Last 24 rounds, 18th shots gained total, 16th tee to green, 17th ball striking off the tee, 4th. Putting 32, so not so great there. DK points 16. If I look at Scheffler, he had the COVID that kind of threw him off his game a little bit, but the Masters, he was 19th, Houston Open 32nd, Zozo 17th. So he's been right there in the last 3 tournaments. The break's going to do him good. I like him this week. I think he's a hell of a ball striker, and this could set up well for him. I
like Scheffler here. I did have him. I was kind of like you. I had him and I didn't have him, and it was kind of on the do I take English or do I take Scheffler? Mm-hmm. And oddly enough, I had a couple extra $100, and I said, I'm taking the English train. I think that dude's due, man. I think he's due to get on something. I mean, he's playing good. He's playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else so English, Berger, Scheffler, Cam Smith. I did have him. I pulled him out. So I don't know. Call me crazy. But I pulled. So Harris English is just a scoring machine. He's ranked first. And by the way, we are looking at Fantasy National. Let me adjust it back to 24 rounds. It was at 50, but it ain't going to change anything. It's the same difference. But I mean, the guy just English scores, and I liked him better than I did Smith. That's a false statement. Scratch that. Edit. No, but I went English versus Cam. I don't know if he's going to come off of a hangover from the Masters. I don't think so. I mean, I think he's going to play well in 2021. I don't know how this tournament's going to set up for him, just in the sense of, first time, here we are. Let's see what you got.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I like Neiman here. I didn't play him, but I like him here as well.
Yeah, I didn't play him either. I like him. I think the course sets up really nice for him.
He's fifth off the tee in this field last 24 rounds, and 5th in ball striking and 13th in putting. Those are strong numbers.
They are, but I mean, again, off the tee. I mean, I think I think a lot of those people that are struggling. I mean, look at Patrick Reed struggling off the tee, and
Neiman was 5th off the tee.
No. I know, but what I'm saying is, you've got some people that have struggled off the tee,
mm-hmm.
That are that are scoring more points. That I think it's going to come into that's going to come into a better position, because it's not going to. I'm not worried about the trees. I'm not worried about the rough. I'm not. I mean, it's big. It's long. I mean, the shit's going to run out. I mean, it's even if you're a short hitter, you're still going to hit bombs.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play Sanjay. I actually think this could be.
It could be good for him too.
I like Sanjay here. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to. I didn't play him.
I didn't either.
I'm not opposed to either.
No, I mean, I think it's the friendliness of the course, the limited field could set up really well.
Yep. I don't have answer here. I did play him in my second.
Hey.
Do tell, sir. Do tell.
I took the surfer.
I bet you did. I've got him in my secondary. I think this could be the first time non-champion winner at the Champions Tournament.
Oh, absolutely. As long as he stays off the board enough to actually go play some golf, I think he sets up well here. I think this is his type of climate. He's from Australia. $8,100. Adam Scott, 23rd shots gained total, 26th tee to green, 28th ball striking, 18th in putting, 25th in DraftKings points. But if we look at his last couple of tournaments here.
Oh, I took the surfer too. I'm sorry. I'm looking at things kind of I changed my little format. I do have the surfer here.
Okay.
I do have the surfer.
So he was 38th at the U.S. Open, 32nd at the Houston, and 34th at the Masters. I guess I just like the way this course sets up for him. I think he could do well here. Yep.
He's showing up at this tournament
mm-hmm.
because he can play.
Oh yeah.
He's not showing up for a free vacation to Hawaii.
Mm-mm.
I mean, why would you leave Australia to go to Hawaii? I mean, there's probably plenty of reasons, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to Australia. However, this dude is showing up because he's got something. And his game, I think how many tournaments did he play last season? Like 5 or 6? Not many, right?
I only saw like 3 or 4. Yeah, 4.
Okay,
I saw 4 on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So not many. And I mean, I think that dude is so close to getting something turned back around. Wouldn't surprise me to see. I wonder if I can double down on that bet, DJ Scottie to win the Masters. I mean, one or the other, you know, and I know it's kind of, I mean, that's not, I don't think that's a bad hedge. I think that guy's so close. So yeah, I took Scott also. I think that's a good play here. I mean, if there's anything wrong with Adam Scott's game, it's his putting, and he's going to hit greens. There's no doubt about that. So, and he's going to make the cut. So yeah, I like where we're at. Hey, you know who I did miss is I missed Matsuyama earlier in my lineup, because you're probably getting down to, I did take Matsuyama just from the,
those are good numbers
from how he's finished here in the past. I mean, he's got 3 top 5 finishes and 3 starts. So, I mean, that dude, and I said it earlier, but that dude loves those non-cut events. And that guy, if you just keep him on the course, that dude can score. So
look at these numbers though. So he's $9,000. He's 5th in shots gained total against this field last 24 rounds, 3rd tee to green, 8th in ball striking, 4th on approach, 2nd around the green, 29th in putting, 13th in DK points. I mean, those are crazy numbers, really good numbers.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him win either. Sorry, I missed him. Yeah. Let's see. So Adam, I mean, anytime there's a no cut event, you can go ahead and chalk it up to Adam Scott's in my lineup. Come on.
I couldn't afford the Tequila Man. I do like him.
I have him in my secondary lineup. I do have him. I think that guy has a real chance to win here. I mean, I think this course is going to set up really nice for him. I think it's going to put him in a position to, from a ball striking standpoint. I think that dude's if he makes putts.
I wasn't confident in Kiz here. I just didn't know how he was going to play. Sergio's a scratch, right?
Got a note on him here. I think he is. Yes. Yeah. Illness. But they did not say what the illness was.
Who's your next guy?
Let me jump back over here. Who's yours?
I got $7,500 Munoz.
I've got him in my other one, but go ahead. I'm getting mine.
Yeah, I like him here. So last 24 rounds, 27 shots gained total, 22nd tee to green, 22nd ball striking, 17th around the green, 24th putting, 17th DK points. But again, he's only $7,500. I needed a value play here. I like the way he's been playing lately. If we look at his last couple tournaments, Mayakoba, he was 82nd. So he didn't play last 2. He didn't play well, but 19th at the Masters, the 14th at Zozo, for 9th at the CJ Cup, 27th at Shriners. He's been playing well. Last two tournaments weren't great, but again, I like the value here.
Well, so I finished and I think I do have him in my secondary, but I went, so I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag earlier. This is my Aussie lineup. G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
G'day, mate. I know if I would have just, and I had Cam in there, but I was only doing it just for content. And I'm so I didn't, but I did go Leishman. That guy's playing. I think that coming 13th in the Masters.
It's good. That's a good score. Yeah.
I think we got some. Bermuda is his strongest putting surface. So I'm going. I'm thinking this guy's got a little magic, and he plays two. He's got 2 top 10s in the past 3 years, so he plays the course really well.
I think he plays well in the wind, right?
Exactly. So. I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning towards that guy, man. It's that's he's not rounding it out. I already told you who my last guy was, but so it was between he and Kokrak.
I like Kokrak too. I didn't play him. I couldn't afford him, but I like Kokrak here as well.
Yeah. I and everything that Fantasy National says is like I should pick Kokrak over Leishman. It says I should. But it says
Kokrak can drive the ball. He can putt the ball. He can strike the ball. It's like, it's really good.
I know, but Leishman plays good here, and I don't know. I think this is Kokrak's first tournament here. So I went with history over, and that was just my shooting from the hip on that one. But I looked, I didn't see that he had played here. So if he has, I missed it. So I went with course history and experience and recent form, and coming out 13th from Augusta. And I'm like, yeah, I can't really knock that guy. So I didn't take any Kokrak. I didn't take any Todd. No Ortiz. You know who I kept flirting with just based on $7,000 and his DraftKings points, and he's going to be there through the weekend. And I don't know how in the hell this guy does it. Where Fantasy National will tell us in just a second. But this dude, he just keeps on and on and on and on scoring. Is Ryan Palmer.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, that dude, he just keeps on scoring. He was fourth at the Zozo, 17th CJ, 34 Shriners. So he's had a lot of time off. I don't know. I mean, he's in because of the I didn't go that way. I went with course history again with Leishman, and I I got $400. Let's spend it. So I opted out of Palmer in both lineups that I currently have. So.
Yeah, and my last one was Mackenzie Hughes. So
I got him in. I've got 2 lineups set currently, and he's in both of them.
Okay, you have Mackenzie in this one too. Okay.
Yes, I got him in both of them.
Yeah, RSM 90th, Houston 7th, Zozo 41st, CJ Cup 65th, and Corrales 3rd, and then last 24 rounds, 20th shots gained total. 35th in ball striking, 5th in putting, 16th around the green, 7th in DraftKings points. So 7th in DraftKings points for $6,800. Strong value there for sure. Yeah.
Listen, it's not his strongest. But he's strong on Bermuda greens, and that dude is. He's a friggin' putting machine, man. Strokes gained putting last 5 tournaments, 2 strokes. I thought there was a spot on here that showed. Oh, here you go. Let's see, 20 to 25 feet in putts. So you can go 15, 25, 10, 7 to 25 feet. The dude is like 97%.
Oh my, wow.
I mean, and the greens are big. So he's going to get a lot of chances at a lot of 25 footers plus. So, and all I need that dude to do is just make some damn putts, man. Just make, and I think he's going to. I think he'll make the putts. I think it's going to take a lot of the danger, the fairways, and forgiving as this course is going to be. I think it's going to play into his favor. He's not horrible off the tee. His short game, he's ranked 4th. Around the green, he's ranked 16th. Hey, I don't think he's going to have to worry about around the green. He's just going to have to hit the green and then make the putts. And that's that's an anchor.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a value. I don't know. I looked at some of the other folks. I looked at Laird. I looked at, who might come back to bite us in the ass once again is Stuart Sink. And Stuart, cheers to you, sir. I hope you do.
I hope you do.
I hope you do. But that's a sleeper, man. I mean, again, in his, what do you have? He had 2 wins in 20. He definitely had 1.
Definitely 1. Yeah.
But
he played really well a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. They were limited fields. So I think the field might present a little bit of a challenge for him. I don't think it's going to keep him out of the hunt, but I think Stuart Sink's a solid play. Kevin Na, I don't know. Did he take the kids to Hawaii or not?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. That's the reason.
But your boy Scottie's been there for the whole December, probably.
Oh, why even go home?
Yeah, I mean, just go there and you surf the Bonsai Pipeline and you hang out shore and yeah.
So I don't. Did you see Mark? Did you see Mark's Instagram post the other day with his kids?
No,
they were surfing with bald headed guy. I mean, he's like the surfer. I'm not a surfer.
Kelly Slater.
Yes. So his kids had I don't know if you'd call it lessons, but they had a chance to surf with Kelly Slater.
That's
I mean, how cool is that, man? So Immelman's kids, they were out surfing with Slater. I'm like, Mark, where's your picture at? I think he was sticking to golf. However, I did see Mark posted a picture. I didn't see the final, but I didn't see where he was playing it either. But he I think he finished the front 9 at a 42. But in the last post I saw, he birdied number 9. So maybe he righted the ship there. He was he had a little puking emoji on there about a 42 on it. But it looks like Mark's been having a blast over there with the family this week. So playing some golf with the kids and getting them some Hall of Fame surfer time, man. So
that's really cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited, man. I mean, listen, don't you feel like golf didn't really end yet?
I think we got some. I mean, you gotta think what are we?
A month and a half?
Yeah, exactly.
60 days at most, 45, 50 days.
From the players come up in March, right? Yeah.
I mean, this is just sick. I mean, they are spoiling. I mean, even if you're not a fan of golf, if you're a bettor, golf is so much fun to bet on.
Yes.
I mean, you're betting on, it's, and I'm not saying other sports aren't fun to bet on. I did win a little money yesterday with Tom Brady. Good Lord. Did you see the GOAT yesterday? Just dusting.
Last 2 weeks, right?
I can't wait to get Wes Durham back on the show because I want to talk to him about what Tom Brady just did to the Atlanta Falcons. That may have been, I mean, he's older than me. He's like 49. And he may have had his career game, dude. I mean, that guy was he was just this boop, boop, boop. I mean,
he turns it on at the right time, right? So yeah, he wasn't playing. He played okay early, and in the middle they kind of started, to not play as well. And then here they are coming for the playoffs and just like at rocket speed. So it's fun. It's going to be fun. Yeah.
Ooh-la. Let's see. All right. So, that wraps our DraftKings show up. I can't resist. But you know what the worst mistake I've made so far in 2021 is?
Not shaking up enough Manhattans.
Well, that's the second. The first mistake I made is not buying 2 damn bottles of this High West. Hey, let me tell you what, you my friend are gonna love this stuff. I mean, I'm gonna have to hide. I'm gonna have to get my celestial bride to hide this bottle because it is not going to last very long. Good. I mean, this thing is like, whoo. This thing is so good. So I don't know. So we got a couple of good shows coming up this week. I think we mentioned we got Sagamore coming up on Friday. We got somebody. We'll drop tomorrow for sure.
Yeah.
Is anybody else dropping this week? Or just
we got Sagamore and the Moonshine University.
Oh, Moonshine U. When are they dropping? Wednesday?
I think we'll probably can do them Wednesday, and we can do Sagamore on Friday. Either way, we'll talk about it.
Some good.
But both of them are great. It doesn't matter which one's first or the second. Doesn't matter.
Those are like repeat listens right there, man.
Yeah,
you can go back and listen to both of those. Those are great stories. We've got. I did book a few more. Got a few more distilleries coming on. So I hope nobody chastises us. We got some rum folks coming on actually. So, looking forward to sampling a little bit of rum. And it is not Bacardi 101. It's not, we don't need a mixer. I mean, this is like, this is rum for bourbon and whiskey sippers. So it's, obviously you can put it in a cocktail, but you don't need to.
We've got Rob Collins coming on soon.
Yeah. Rob will be on he's coming on Monday.
Yep.
We got
Bardstown.
We got Bardstown coming on Monday. We got Blue Tea. Yeah, if you want a good rangefinder, we got those folks coming
Distillery.
On. That's our rum folks that are coming on. Yeah, so Jenny and I communicated today, so it's going to be fun to catch up with them. They got Dez. Yeah, Dez will be on.
Matt from the G channel.
Oh yeah, Matt Janela is coming on.
Yeah, tons of people.
Catoctin Creek's coming on.
We don't want to give them all away. We got lots of guests.
we could be on here for hours talking about who's coming on, man. Yeah. But lots of good stuff, man. We really appreciate. Thanks for everybody for listening, and it really really means a lot to us. I mean, it's fun to get on here and drink and talk about this stuff, and but more importantly, we're glad that you guys are having fun with it. So we're going to try to make a point to. Make sure to start chatting with some more folks and letting people know who's leaving comments, who's making suggestions. If you have suggestions, if you live somewhere in a part of the country, I think 291 Distillery is coming up. Where we're still working on a date with them, but if you live in a part of the country and you've got a favorite distillery, brewery, winery, just because it's Birdies and Bourbon, think about sports and alcohol. I mean, that's just, it wouldn't sound
Lifestyle.
very cool
Yeah.
if it was sports and alcohol. So if you've got somebody in your area, maybe you work for somebody and you want to get on the show, man, I mean, hit us up, let us know. We'll talk it out and figure out what we can do. And if this format isn't the right one for you, I mean, we've got multiple formats that we can figure out. But again, thanks so much. 4,000 followers, no short feats, a lot of dedication from your part as followers and listeners. We really appreciate it. More importantly, we would really appreciate it if you would like and comment, positive, negative, it doesn't matter. We'll take it the wrong way regardless. Hey, thanks for being friends of the show. Birdies and